15 seconds.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready!
Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore, your morning dose of creative conversation and coffee with your host, Brian K. Morris, independent publisher, freelance hybrid author, award-winning playwright, Facebook famous YouTuber, and former mortician's assistant. Get ready to start your day off right.
And good morning. How the heck are you? Welcome to the Friday. Oh, it's October 22nd. That's 9 more days or so till Halloween. Ooh, oh boy, looking forward to it. Anyway, hope you're having a great week so far and hope your Friday's going to look good and you got things planned for the weekend. I'm Brian K. Morris. Glad you're here. And whether you're watching live or on the rerun, we do appreciate you. Please leave us comments and I will try to reply. If you're watching on the replay, leave us comments down below and I will try to reply to you there. But right now, when you leave a reply here, I'll talk to you. That's how this creative conversation works. But anyway, thank you for being here. And first of all, we like to start with an attitude of gratitude. And that begins with Jeffrey Hayes and Plasma Fire Graphics, the sponsor of this show. Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you. In my time as an author, I've seen some really crappy covers. I once saw one of those vanity publishers that created a cover for somebody. We couldn't even tell what genre it was supposed to be. It was that bad. But anyway, if you want great covers, not just good, but great, you check out Plasma Fire Graphics. Jeffrey Hayes is a master at creating visual imagery that will be every bit as good, if not better, than your book inside. And I'm sure your book's pretty awesome. So anyway, please check out his Facebook page. Also check out his website at plasmafiregraphics.com and contact him directly there and inquire about his rates. He can create for you not just beautiful wraparound covers for your novels, but also graphics to help you sell it on social media, as well as beautiful book trailers like the one you just saw. So anyway, consider plasmafiregraphics.com. Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you because it matters to your readers. And speaking of people that matter, let's talk about my Patreon subscribers. Patreon is a monthly subscription service where you can directly support your favorite creators. And I'm blessed to have these wonderful people supporting me. And you, in turn, should also support them. We would appreciate that greatly. And anyway, we're happy to have them here, and we're grateful, too. But in return, we also offer them things like advanced looks at works in progress, an exclusive blog that we do at least once a week, sometimes more. All kinds of cool surprises. So check us out. And if nothing else, we mention your name in this broadcast. So please check us out at not Plasma Fire Graphics. You won't see hide or hair of me there. Go to www.patreon.com/Brian K. Morris. And also please subscribe to the channels on the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. Please give our Facebook page a like. And we've got your entertainment covered 7 days a week. Tonight is Drinking with the Davies at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Ted and Chrissy Davies are going to mix up an incredible drink I've never heard of. But I know Ted will mention it later on. And don't forget, Ted Davies has the launch of his brand new Kickstarter on Sunday night. Grimm 101, Book 2. Will be launching with an incredible story by Ted Davies and beautiful artwork by the man, too. So give it a look and give it some money. You will be glad you did. And also, don't forget, Friday night tonight, after Drinking with the Davies, is the Historical Fencing Guild, where Nicholas Anthony Tucker will teach you how to murder your neighbors safely. That's always useful in an urban environment. And my wife's in the other room shaking her head at my impromptu ad copy.
We're gonna have to get you the right copy.
Probably so. Anyway,
Sooner rather than later.
probably, you're probably right. But anyway, tomorrow, don't forget that at 10 p.m. will be from the desk of Small Press Publisher with the incredible Joe D. McPhee. Lots of good stuff on comics, reviews, and live drawings and interviews. You never know what he's going to do, but you know it's going to be entertaining. Then after that, speaking of entertaining, we've got Stupid O'Clock, the funniest, most intelligent talk show on the whole interwebs. And please join Joe Dog and his crew for some laughs and some great conversation. And following that will be around 1 a.m. Sunday morning will be Dan Hollifield's Last Man Standing. Same thing, just more of it and really good stuff. And then at 10 p.m. we wrap up your weekend on Sunday with Heather Ellen and Comics, Chaos, and Sass. We're also bringing in podcasts. George Surratt is starting a podcast for us. And John Silvestri, the great animator, former Disney animator, will be joining the network next week with a brand new show on his live drawing. It's going to be a lot of fun. So please check us out. We got a lot of stuff coming up in the hopper. And you're going to want to be a part of it. And speaking of being a part of it, let's talk about these people are now a part of this show. From the desk of a Small Press Publisher, I will take the number one spot and say good morning, all. Good morning, Brian. Good morning, Joe D. McPhee. And grateful and blessed to have you on Comic Book Spectrum last night. Please check that show out. It was, as usual, a lot of fun. And Eric Hawkins could not make it last night, so Joe D. McPhee stepped in for him as usual and did it brilliantly. A lot of fun conversation during and after the show and before, too. I love my crew. I really do. We have such great chemistry. And then also this coming Tuesday at 7 p.m. on the Rising Tide Broadcast Network, please tune in to the Dastardly Dingoes, as there is going to be a Dastardly Dingoes and Comic Book Spectrum crossover. There's going to be about 7 people in the room, all of whom will vie for your attention. And we are attention sponges. Well, 6 of them are. I'm an attention whore. And yeah, Cookie's nodding her head. But anyway, it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be as much fun as any one of us times 7. It's going to be, you won't be able to quantify it. It'll be amazing. So please come check us out Tuesday night, and also check us out every Thursday night on Comic Book Spectrum, because last night's show was great. And hashtag the Brian. Thank you, Joe Dog McKeel. And brother, I'm going to see you 1 week from today. 1 week from today begins my penultimate con of the year, and one I've been looking forward to for months. It's going to be HalloCon. And when you start out with a Jeffrey Hayes Plasmafire Graphics poster, you can't go wrong. But Joe Dog's going to have some great people down there. I will be a guest of honor, I'm glad to say, and I'm grateful. Thank you, Joe. And you're going to be seeing some people that you've seen on the show, like Carl Witzman, Donna Carlene, author Michaela Jade, John B. Pico, who will have a live edition on Saturday morning at 9 a.m. a week from tomorrow of Back of the Cereal Box. And I will be one of the guests on there, and we're going to eat cereal. I hope they don't ask me to show up in my sleepwear, though. Oh, yeah, says Cookie. Yeah, she knows what I wear. Or don't. Yeah, smile. I wear a smile. I'm next to you, honey. Of course I'm wearing a smile. See? That's what's kept me alive for 30 years. Anyway, always say nice things to your honey, right? There we go. I love you, honey. Anyway, we'll be doing that all weekend, and we're going to have some new books with us. I'm pleased to say. Oh, and Bobby Nash will be there. It will be a grand time, and we'll have some new books. And as for these by name, Zlonk, Zock, and Zowie, along with Biff Bam Eow. It's a double dose of the 1966 Batman TV series, and these are critical essays with a lot of fun behind them, written by some really terrific people. And I have one in the red one. I have an essay in this one on Vincent Price's first Egghead episode, and it was a lot of fun to write. We're going to start our one for volume 3 today, doing the research. Yeah, what a hell of a job I've got. It forces me to watch old Batman shows. I know, right?
Yeah, but you're going to be doing it without me.
Who says? I'll let you watch too. Yeah. My honey's part of the research team. But anyway, Noah, um, we are privileged to be in that book. We are so delighted, and you check out the author list. Will Murray, the Doc Savage expert, Mark B. Raycobb, Peter Sanderson, Stephen Thompson, Rich Handley, Paul Kupperberg, Dan Greenfield, Bob Greenberger, Jim Beard, Ed Cato, or Cato rather, Keith D. Candido, Chuck Dixon, let's see, Michael Jan Friedman, Greg Cox, and Peter David. That's just part of them. I'm rubbing elbows with some cool people there, and we hope that you'll pick up the copies on Amazon. If not, I will have some. I think Bobby Nash will have some too. So, and Bobby Nash is in the second volume too. So please check it out. All right. So anyway, Joe Dog, looking forward to seeing you. And we got Joe D and Joe Dog in the same house, and they both wear glasses, and they've never been in the same room together. I wonder if one of them is the other. Anyway, Carl Witzman, good morning, everyone. And am I the first non-Joe to get here? I think you are. And please, everyone, please thank Carl Witzman for filling in for me on Wednesday on very short notice. Carl, thank you very, very much, and I will make this right with you somehow. Much appreciated, sir. And is this shot from a hotel in Springfield, Illinois? For my work in the state, I'm somewhat of an expert in meeting rooms in Illinois. Oh no, unfortunately, this is shot in the meeting room in my office, in which we could probably accommodate 2 people if one of them left. Anyway, Donna and Carl are going to go see something in Effingham, which is like almost smack dab in the middle of the state of Illinois. But I hear it's a nice venue down there, and it sounds like a good time. Who are you going to go see? I don't think I asked. Hey, good morning, Teresa Dunn. Good morning, Brian. Good, cool Friday morning. It is, but a positive one, Teresa. That's what I want to hear. And Teresa has just wrapped up her manuscript for Poetry Expression 3, and she's waiting to get it published, so or ready to get it edited. So, yay, Teresa. Keep going. And Joe Dog McKeel says, you know that saying, not my circus, not my monkeys? Well, in 1 week, it will be my circus and my monkeys. Thankfully, I convinced my wife to leave her flying once at home. Well, maybe they can go visit Eric Hawkins. He's got an affinity for them. And I promise to be as low maintenance as possible, as long as you feed me and Cookie. So it's going to be a good time. HoloCon, I am really looking forward to it. I am so looking forward to it.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, you hear that? Seriously. We are going to have a good time. And it'll just be great to meet you and Skunk and what is it? I think Dan will be there maybe. And hopefully. But anyway, as many of the, Chris and the Stupid O'Clock people, it'll be a good time. So looking forward to seeing everyone. I really am. And again, Joe Dog, thank you sincerely for having me. I'm very grateful for that. I really am. And Teresa Dunn loves flying monkey, so there we go. And from this, a small press publisher, good morning all. Brian is getting the coffee IV drip before he starts the stream. Give him 1 moment. Oh, Joe, you know me so well. I just chew the grounds directly and save the water. Anyway, and Skunk Rocker, good morning to you, my friend. Update, I'm 3/4 of the way through the script, and then I can start sending it around for proofreading and such. Yeah, I'm really excited to actually finish something. Dude, that makes me so happy. I really can't tell you. And that's the mark of a real, to me, a serious creator. It's not just that you start something, which is something a lot of people don't do in this business, in any creative industry, but you finish it, and I'm just so proud of you, Skunk. I can't tell you how much. Oh, by the way, for my writer friends, I am reading a book right now that I am getting a lot out of. A lot of us have many words of praise for the On Writing by Stephen King. This is a very good corollary, but this is by J. Michael Straczynski, called Becoming a Writer, Staying a Writer. J. Michael Straczynski created Babylon 5, and he's written for several different TV shows, a number of films. He wrote the screenplay for the first Thor movie, directed by Kenneth Branagh, and he's also written a whole bunch of really terrific comic books. So this is a really, really down-to-earth book on what it takes to get into the writing field and then what to do once you're in. And there is a chapter on Why We Are Writers that nearly moved me to tears. It's one of those things that if you can read that and not feel part of a grand tradition and an important part of that tradition, then you need to figure out who took your human soul. But anyway, Skunk, good news, man. Keep us posted. So proud of you. And Sarah, I was doing a comic review and looked at the time. Good morning, darling. Mwah, so glad to see you. Sarah's starting to do comic book reviews, and she is certainly diving into the deep end of funny books. And we're proud of you, Sarah. You're doing great. And I bet you are, Carl. I'm looking for where you carved. I was here in the picture. There you go. Hey, good morning, Donna, Carly. Mwah, good to see you as always, sweetheart. And excellent, Skunk. And 10 seconds. That's right. Sarah, distance high five, Skunk. Hell yeah. Oh, yeah. And Skunk, by the way, in case you didn't know it, Skunk created our countdown clock. And I love that thing to death. I really do. It's me. He just got, I don't know what he tapped into. But, I tell people, for my theater days, I have more what is called a black box kind of sensibility. I don't look for, I appreciate, but I don't, when I direct or when I'm writing, I don't look for the grand presentation, the kind that looks like you should be able to see it from space. I love them, but I don't think in terms like that when I create. I'm the guy who, like the old German impressionistic films, you put up a doorway and suddenly it becomes a coliseum, and there's nothing behind it, but you put all the pieces together in your mind, and kind of like the third season of Batman 1966. So anyway, oh man, I'm happy this morning. This is some great news coming through. And Glenn B. Fleming, always pleased to have you here, my dear friend. And Glenn is on the rewrite of his Jack Kirby book, which will be on Indiegogo anytime soon. In fact, I think let's take a break already, and we need to run that spot. Let's do that. You're there. You are. I found you. Check this out when it arrives on Indiegogo.
When they mined an area, they put down yellow tape right across that line. And if you walked on the wrong side of that yellow tape, you blew up.
Strange Tales 136. I remember it very clearly, and that was my first exposure to Kirby. And I wanted to show it to people.
Check out the work of Glenn B. Fleming on Amazon, no matter what country you live in. If you got Amazon, you got Glenn B. Fleming. Also, check him out on Wednesday nights with Ted Davies on The Truth Mongers, a Rising Tide network production. And it's good stuff. A really interesting show every week. And from this Small Press Publisher, Saturday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central, says, I am happy that all are being productive in the Rising Tide. I am too. This is one of the missions I think Rising Tide has. And that is not just to create, but to inspire creation. And it tickles me to see you guys rising and making good stuff that we all can consume. And Carl Westman says, Joe D just asked the hotel if some state IT guy gave them that Cat 5 cable. I have had to supply so many cables when someone stole the ones from the hotels. And Clemmy Fleming again, mwah, good to see you, my brother. So good to see you. And way to go, Skunk, says Carl Westman. He speaks for us all. And another great author on the rise is Mark Lerner. Check him out when his book comes out. I've been reading part of it, kvetching to guide him along. Anyway, greetings from the prairie. Good to see you, Mark. Hope you are doing well. Mark is my oldest and dearest friend. He and I have known each other since 6th grade, and I don't think we've had any falling outs during that time. Any minor disagreements, but that's the nice thing. It's always good to see you, and keep me posted on the book and the family. And good morning, all. Ted Davies Artistry in 2 days. Grim 101, number 2, book 2 is going to be launched. And Ted, you'll have to contact me and let me know what my role in this is, because I have us down for Sunday. But I'm not doing a show. Did you mean Monday? That would be cool. But anyway, we'll talk, Ted. We'll talk. And anyway, check out his show tonight, Drinking with the Davies, at 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. rather. That's the old time. Actually, Ted is the assistant to Christine, who is our superstar in the making on the network. She is going to break out one day and just going to be 24/7 Chrissy. That's all there is to it. And from that's a small press publisher, Carl. Now I got to looking at picture in some of those hotels where you marked this jack doesn't work too. Oh, Carl, I could have used you this summer. I stayed in some hotels with some of the crappiest internet ever. It was one of those places where you had to call like 2 states away to their IT people, and it's just like, don't bother. I'll go without for one night. And Joe Dog McKeel says, that's great news, Skunk Rocker. I'm proud of you. We all are. That's so cool. And Ted Davies Archery says, check in. See you tonight on Drinking with the Davies. The Lion's Tail is being mixed tonight. And I am so looking forward to your mixing that drink up after Ted and I talked about it briefly this week. And, I'm looking forward to your honest reaction to that. And Morning Ted from the Desk of the Small Press Publisher, Michaela J says, oh, there you are, Michaela. Mwah, darling. Hey, darling, don't know if you saw it earlier, but this book by J. Michael Straczynski is, if you've read, and I know you've read On Writing with Stephen King, this needs to be in your library. It is amazing. It is filled with humor. I mean, laugh out loud, funny stuff, and great insight and great advice. Definitely recommend it to all my writing friends. Mark Lerner's reading it too. And good morning, all, from Teresa Dunn on the Tube of Views. Glad to see you. And speaking of YouTube, I admit I was starting to get discouraged because our campaign, our YouTube challenge had kind of stalled. And I think part of it is bots. I didn't get them. I don't know what's going on, but I'm not complaining because in the last week we have gotten many subscriptions. As of this morning, we are at 816 subscribers. Another 300-ish before 1 week from the end of 1 week from Sunday, and we will do a special 12-hour Nevermind the Furthermore the following Friday. We will ring in November properly, and we'll also have some guest stars. I've been really flattered that I've had a number of people saying, well, if you do that 12-hour show, you better call me. And I'm like, yeah. We're going to put out the word. We're going to get some people in here. And anyway, thank you to everyone who has subscribed. And please subscribe, like, and share. Subsquare. It's a contraction. There's a lot of apostrophes there. It reads like one of Cthulhu's frat brothers' names, okay? But anyway, please share, like, and subscribe. Encourage your friends to. Like I said, if we make 1,100 subscribers by the end of Halloween night, while Cookie and I are driving back from HoloCon, I want to be over 1,100 subscribers. The thing is, yes, there could be potential monetization from YouTube, but in time that is going to trickle down to the rest of the network. We're going to do it for them. It'll just be, it might be like, okay, I'm buying you StreamYard for a year if I get enough. Or Carl and Ted, here's a coupon. Go order yourself some really nice cigars online. So, it's just little things here and there. Skunk by your, get yourself, some script writing software if you don't have it already, that sort of thing. So anyway, it's going to help improve the network, and that's what that's for. So anyway, thank you. And let's see. Oh, and Skunkcracker says, "Yep, I should have the first draft done by HoloCon. If you attend, you might get to read it. If that's not incentive enough to show up, I don't know what is. I agree with you. You can have a live reading of your script, just a few pages, and get some feedback on it. That's a thought." And Glenn is everywhere. He's everywhere. Thank you, Glenn, for showing up and adding to my numbers here. I appreciate you so much. And I appreciate you, Damian Waldron. Good morning, my fine feathered friends. My fine feathered friends. And it's good to see you. Damian is a great artist. And you want to see some great work, check out my website. It has been a hard hat area for about 2 years as I try to wrestle Wix into submission. And Damien came in, and like a couple days later, he goes, "Brian, what do you think? Is this okay?" And the site is functional. It is gorgeous to look at, and there is so much there that needs minimal minimal input from me. And Damien, I may be getting that script to you this weekend for your feedback. Anyway, Damien and I will be collaborating on a number of projects together. I hope. And but anyway, check out risingtide.pub. You can order my books directly from there. You can see the latest episodes of all my shows, and also you can contact me. There's just all kinds of things going on that thing that have never happened before. And thank you as always, Damien. You are amazing. Hope I get you some business. And Ted Davies Artistry says Sunday at 7 p.m. Kickstarter launch for Grimm 101 Book 2. See you there. I will be there. And Grant Lankard says, "Hey, good morning to you, Grant. Hey, I can't stay because I'm working. Just wanted to mention that you guys should check out Memoirs of the Morbid on Kickstarter. That's a cool thing to do. Let's check that out. I haven't checked that out in a day or two. 9 days to go, and waiting for this. And oh man, you're 3/4 of the way there. 83 backers. Let's get him up to 100 backers. And I see. Oh, Leah is one of your backers. How very cool. Anyway, $3,054 out of the $5,000 goal, and I know you can make this. So I'm going to do this. Hold on a second here. I'm going to put in the link to your Kickstarter campaign, and because we take care of our people, and we'll do that. And there we go. We've got that coming up soon. And as we wait for my steam-driven computer to catch up, and all kinds of cool people I can see. Oh boy, I'm catching up. I am catching up. Please be patient. And wow, all kinds. Okay, anyway, please check this out. Memoirs of the Morbid, a great book coming out. Plus, it's got a story by me and my buddy Claudio, and wait till you see it. It's great. And we'll run the ad for it later. There'll be a freebie for you, okay? But let's get through a few more comics because I see how far behind I am. And anyway, hope you have a great day, Grant. Much love to you and Angie. And though I've hit Midgard hard, I set back dollars for antivirus for my devices for the reading and reviewing bills and other adulting means. You are so grown up, Sarah. Never lose that childlike attitude, though. Like, it benefits all of us. It's like I was talking to somebody online, and she's asking me, "Well, how old are you?" And it's on a game I play, and one of the people in charge was like, "Well, I'd like to get to know you. You sound interesting." And I sent her to my Facebook page, and she goes, "How old are you? You don't act, she says, you look like you're elderly, but you don't act like it." I'm like, "I'm 65, and attitude is everything." So her blew her mind a little, but anyway, the thing is, though, you have to dive in the deep end, I think, Sarah, especially if you love comics, and you have to figure out what you do and don't like. And be aware your taste may change. I mean, that was a time when I wanted nothing but superheroes. And then I started reading like horror books. I remember one of the first ones I ever bought on the stands was House of Secrets number '89 because I looked through it and I'm like, this has got a Neil Adams story in it. Because I recognize Neil Adams and a great Neil Adams cover. And I'm like, I like this stuff. This is good. And so I started reading that. And then eventually I got into war comics because I read Sergeant Fury on and off. But I read Our Army at War was the beautiful artwork of Russ Heath, a Chicago-based artist who was just incredible. And that got me hooked on those books again. And seeing how many, and then once you start to recognize artists and writers and seeing how, like Bob Haney works on Brave and Bold, love the Batman crossovers. Well, he writes war stories too, like The Unknown Soldier. Then you flip back and, Joe Kubert used to draw Hawkman and The Flash and all kinds of cool things. And, once you recognize these names, it gives you a deeper appreciation of the work that goes into it. So anyway, good for you, Sarah. And when you get that set up, we are going to talk about promoting you. And from the Desk of the Small Press Publisher, just to get it out of the way tomorrow on From the Desk of the Small Press Publisher, we will be getting Adult and Sensual with April Reyna, talking about her second volume of Squee. Ooh, I'm going to try to be there. I am going to try to be there. We'll see what Cookie has me doing. And Grant Lankerson, Memoir of the Members of the Morbid, is a 60-plus page black and white homage to EC comics from the 40s, like Tales from the Crypt, on a place where kicks are started. And kicks just keep getting harder to find, but all your kicks ain't bringing you peace of mind. Before you find out it's too late, girl, you better get straight. Anyway, I just had a Paul Revere on the Raiders moment. Anyway, definitely check that out. And in fact, let's check it out now. Let's check out this great book. I'm trying to find where I put that. Oh, yeah, towards the top, because I was a sponsor. Anyway, check this out by Grant Lankard and Company and me, Memoirs of the Morbid.
Greetings, ghouls and boils. I'm the Ghoul Master, a loving homage to horror anthology narrators of yesteryear. Wait, I'm an homage? Why didn't anybody tell me? You'll hear from my agent about this. But first, let's get to the heart of the matter. I'm here to tell you about the new horror anthology, Memoirs of the Morbid, on Kickstarter in time for Halloween. Memoirs of the Morbid is a black and white homage to classic horror comics from the 40s and 50s, containing 5 self-contained stories by some of the best indie comic creators out there. There's that word again. I better not find out homage is an insult. Anyways, Memoirs of the Morbid is completely done and ready to go to the printer. The comic will be on Kickstarter until Halloween, so don't make a grave mistake by missing it.
Check that book out, Memoirs of the Morbid. Beautiful art, right? Grant has written the story. I've written the story. Claudio Adriano has, that's the guy, that Kirby-esque art that you saw at the start of that montage with that creepy guy menacing the beautiful girl. Well, anyway, that's from my story, so please check it out. And we are almost there. 9 days to go. I would like to see a couple more people get on top of that thing. And pledge, and let's see if we can't get him 83. He's at 83 backers. Let's get him up to let's get him up to 90. That would be good. So you need 7 more backers, and before the end of the show, that would be so cool. So anyway, here we go. Let's go back to your beautiful comments and from this Small Press Publisher. Okay, and if you like naughty drawn pictures and want to talk to the creator of them, tune in 9 p.m. Central Time, 10 p.m. Eastern, from the Desk of the Small Press Publisher on YouTube, and it's going to be a good show. I'm looking forward to that. Sarah says, I couldn't believe the comic I found yesterday. What? I still don't know how that happened. November 1954 original issue, which is exactly the month and year of my mom's birth. It caught my attention. My late Uncle Bill used to, he had a daughter, and she was born in March of 1966. And so he went around collecting magazines and comic books for a while from her birth month. And that was kind of cool. Lost track of her, unfortunately, when my uncle died. But no, that is kind of awesome. I love that. That's great synchronicity there. That's fantastic. And morning, Madam Executive Producer from the Tesla Small Press Publisher, Joe D. McPhee knows where the power is around this empire here. And Ryan Permison, happy Friday, Nevermorians. How are you? In case you missed it, check out the latest episode, and I quote with Keisha Acuff. That's a delightful show. Two delightful people. Ryan, so glad to see you here, and check out all he does. And which comic, Sarah asks Joe D. McPhee. Grant Lankert says the last sketch giveaway is over, and we'll be announcing the winners soon, but we have another sketch here which will be given away to a lucky backer. Well, I could offer this from last night's Comic Book Spectrum. Brian Rodman as Jessica Rabbit. We could throw that in there too. We'll be selling prints of that later. And Ryan Permison, subscribe to the Nerd Culture channel today for great nerdy content. Let's make it to 750. I know we can do it. It's a process, Ryan, and it can be done. And I know you'll make that goal soon, my man. And let's see how many subscribers I've got now. And like I said, I don't understand why it's gone up so much. Whoever bought me all those Russian bots, thank you. And we're up to 824 subscribers. This is totally frightening. I love it. I may have to clear a room in my schedule 2 weeks from today. So, which by the way, Friday, a week from today, I will not be hosting Nevermind the Furthermore. So, because I will be on the road. But anyway, we will get one of our more than capable professional announcers to take my place, which will not be hard to do. Anyway, let's definitely subscribe to the Nerd Culture channel. All kinds of great stuff there, and details on that contest forthcoming. Excellent, Grant. Maybe we can help you make that happen. And because it was way different than any of the other 50-cent comics, then whoa, yeah, I haven't caught up in your comments to me yet, Sarah, and I'm curious as hell as to what that was and why it was in a 50-cent box. That's awesome. Sometimes you get those little treats. You get that little find. I remember this was back at a convention in Louisville, Kentucky in the 70s. I went through somebody's quarter box and I found a copy of an original Marvel Western, The Ringo Kid, in there with beautiful Joe Maneely cover and all kinds of great art inside. And I went up to the guy and I said, "Are you sure you want this in there?" Because at the time it would have been worth some, not you money, but it would have been worth more than 25 cents. And he said, "You know what? I put that in there by accident. I'm going to let you, I'm going to honor it. I'm going to let you have it for a quarter." I still have it. I'm never getting rid of it. And somebody else I can never get rid of is this lovely character here, Mr. Brian Rodman, cosplayer supreme. And good morning, my fellow Brian and Nevermorians. Well, if you weren't emotionally and mentally scarred by last night's clever or comic book spectrum, then I don't know what will. Old Pumpkin Boo Brian has now caused some people to schedule new appointments with their therapist. May God have mercy on your soul. It was a lively time last night as and Nick Tockard won the art contest. I think we all can say that. And this, as I said last night, this illustrates why I gave up art. We tried to capture your loveliness, Brian, but I know I just didn't quite seize the opportunity as I should have. But anyways, always good to see you, Brian. And don't forget, this coming Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, will be the Deadly Dingoes and Comic Book Spectrum crossover. And we will still have an episode of Comic Book Spectrum the following Thursday. Not everybody may show up for that, and that's the regulars, because it's like an extra day, and it's like scheduling is important. I'll do it because this is what I do. So anyway, please join us on Tuesday night. It is going to be a riot. Chad and Jeremy do not know what they've let themselves in for. And tune in Saturday at noon Eastern for And I Quote with comic book writer and editor Charles Santino. Oh, he's cool. He's fun. And that's at noon on Ryan's Nerd Culture channel. Michaela J says, "I know a girl who could use some YouTube subs since that funny guy in a fez is currently passing her up." Wonder who we're talking about. Oh, Michaela, I told you. Get used to looking at my backside, girlfriend. I know the view is spectacular, and there's certainly enough of it. But I'm waiting for you to pass me up, but I'm as surprised as you are, Michaela. Really. And message me, Desk, and I'll share the cover of it with you. Definitely, definitely. And Ryan Permisson joining us Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern as we celebrate Smallville's 20th anniversary. Don't miss it. I will try to show up. My Saturdays are usually booked, but I will do my best to attend. And Sarah says maybe I'll actually remember to just post it on my page. That would be helpful. That'd be kind of cool. That'd be cool. That'd be a nice post on your page. And from this one, Small Press Publisher, since you mentioned Vincent Price, did you know that they did an official ending for the 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo? They did it in form of an animated movie called The Curse of the 13th Ghost. I remember hearing about that. I've yet to see that though. I admit I'm going. You know how sometimes you have things that you liked years ago and then you kind of like moved away from it. Then you get something and it reminds you why you loved it and you love it all over again, but more. That happened with me with Scooby-Doo about this would have been about 7 or 8 years ago. We had an opportunity. It was an Amazon sale, I think it was, and it was a special edition of the first 3 seasons of the original Scooby-Doo cartoons. And it was in a container, a box that was a replica of the Mystery Machine. And Cookie and I saw that, and we thought, that's kind of cool. Let's get it. Let's check it out. And we binge watched that thing because I remember we did it just before we left Illinois, and that was so much fun. And now we're Scooby all over again. The movies were great. I liked the movies, first one especially, but we're back to loving Scooby-Doo, and there was a short-lived series, What Would Scooby Do? I love the theme song. I mean, the classic is great. The classic Scooby-Doo Where Are You theme is amazing, but this was kind of like a power pop thing. Like Bowling for Soup or one of those groups like that. Brilliant song, and it's only like a minute long. It's like I could stand like 4 or 5 minutes of this. This is great music. But yeah, and I love Vincent Price. I have never seen him turn in a bad performance. And I have a old tape. Ross something or other. He was like one of the late night talk hosts on the early Fox network before Arsenio Hall. And he had Vincent Price on, and they got to talking about the stuff he had done outside of horror films. And one of them was the monologue from Thriller. And Vincent, the band joined in, and the band played the in the background. And Vincent just launched into it, just staring in the camera, and the whole crowd went quiet until it's over. And then he finished with that beautiful macabre laugh of his, and suddenly you could almost hear the rafters shuddering from the vibrations of the cheers. It was an amazing, powerful moment. So anyway, yeah, that is cool. I've got to see that sometime. Then I feel incomplete until I do. And Damian Waldron says, HalloCon Day 1 Comics will be there and bringing Realmer, X Comics, and O Toys. We'll have a special HalloCon exclusive figure and maybe a surprise. I forgot you were going to be there, Damian. Yay! It's going to be the Nevermorians are taking over that show. I wonder if Joe is aware of that. Well, Joe's a Nevermorian too, so he should be. But anyway, excellent, Damian. Oh, that's so cool. Well, maybe we can discuss the script. Because like I said, I should have it done in a day or two, possibly even today, and I will send that to you. And Ryan Permisson says, if you want to be a guest on And I Quote, we are live Saturdays at noon Eastern, but if we need to pre-record, we can do that. We have friendly conversation. You can promote your projects. Go to that Calendly address and sign up. And the acapella group, Home Free. Ooh, I love acapella. I love acapella. Good acapella music. Home Free. Thank you, Donna. I gotta check them out. Oh, that's who you're seeing in Effingham? Oh man. I seriously, Cookie and I both love acapella. You probably are aware of it. There's an old special, and I have seen it on YouTube. It's called Spike and Company Do It Acapella. I think we have it on VHS. And that's where we discovered rockapella and some Black Mambazo. Incredible group. And the Persuasions just did a series of songs, not a cappella, unfortunately, but they did some covers of some Bare Naked Ladies songs. And I remember seeing Ed Robertson of Bare Naked Ladies listening to the playback, and he just looks at the lead singer and goes, "Okay, we're done. Those are your songs now." So it was good stuff. It was so good. But yeah, have fun, you two. And I assume Ted's taking over the green room duties. If not, I may open one up and let y'all play. Anyway, Brian Rodman says, well, folks, we are six backers away from meeting our backer goal and less than 150 away from meeting our first stretch goal for Memoirs of an Angel, issue 8, live now on Kickstarter until Halloween. Head to that address there and enter the labyrinth with Moriel and Akalian as they have entered into the mind of a demon-possessed boy. Join the adventure today. That is good stuff. That's a great, great series. And I'm not saying that just because of the sexual tension between Brian Rodman and myself. No, it is because it is a great comic and he's a super creator, and expect some collab between the two of us soon. And bring Cookie home. Rising tide raises all ships. Ryan, we hope you get washed up in it too, my brother, and we hope that you rise too. And we're at 824 subscribers. Holy cats. I don't know what's happening, but I thank you all. Whoever's buying me these Russians, I appreciate each and every one of you. And to our Russian friends, Dostadanya. But anyway, Sarah says, I'm looking forward to hearing your experiences at HoloCon. Yeah, well, maybe we can do a telephonic thing sometime after I get back. But no, I'm seriously looking forward to HoloCon. It is a different kind of convention than what I usually go to. It's much more relaxed. It sounds like a lot of fun. Sounds like there's going to be some great programming, what little I know of it so far. I'm willing to be surprised. And it's just going to be so much fun. And I'm getting to meet the crew, the stupid o'clock crew down there. I'm excited for that. I really am. And so is Cookie. She likes my friends. I'm glad to say. But no, looking forward to that and seeing, Damien and Carl and Donna and Michaela and Bobby and John and everybody down there, and even Cookie, she'll be there too. Anyway, you can come to HoloCon and see the body behind the hand that brings me coffee and says naughty things to me. And Keisha Acuff, hello, beautiful people. Mwah, hello, beautiful Keisha. Keisha is also on the back of the Cereal Box Network, co-hosting with Willow Schuyler on Cryptid Crunch. Plus, Keisha, we talked about podcasts. We got to talk again because we are now fully moving into podcasts. Okay. And she is a part of the Rising Tide Network. John B. Pike, hey there, friends and foes. Happy Friday. Happy Friday, brother. Get to see you in about a week, my man. Looking forward to that. And I hope you have a great weekend and good shows tomorrow morning, rather, at 9 a.m. for the back of the Cereal Box and all kinds of things on the back of the Cereal Box Network. Check it out. And ACAF Creations, I hope you're all having a wonderful day. We are now that you are here. And speaking of HoloCon, here's one of the spotlighted people there. Good to see you. Good morning, Chris Walker. Good to see you. Good morning and happy Friday to everyone. Looking forward to seeing you in person next Friday. I'm looking forward to it too, Chris. Warning, I'm a hugger. I really am. Expect my manly embrace around everyone. But anyway, Chris, it's good to see you, and I really am looking forward to seeing you next week. And well, good. I know you're still doing your podcast. We'll talk about bringing you into, and talking about promoting you, sir. And we have a new subscriber. Thank you very much, and Atone Happy Ain't Co. Maybe it's because I listened to all that. Annapel, I cannot read that, but thank you for subscribing to my YouTube channel. And anyway, so getting my notices from Chrome here. Anyway, thank you. Maybe it's, the funny thing is I saw that Little Big, which is a Russian musical group, had a couple videos I hadn't seen, and I started playing some of those, and all of a sudden I've got these, God bless our Russian followers, suddenly signing up for my page, and it's like, yes, this works. But yeah, and if you haven't watched, Carl Wisman turned me on to Little Big, and they started out as kind of like a rap group, but they've moved into not just rap, but also soul and novelty songs like Mustache. Mustache is hilarious. And the thing is, the musicianship is so good. Two of the members have their own group. I can't remember the name of it offhand. I'd have to look. But they have great presentation, great stage presence, and um, just a whole lot of entertainment. Hypno Dance is hilarious. And they were also going to be in the Eurovision Song Contest in 2020, but then that thing happened and they couldn't. But they have a kind of a salsa sound, and also I found an hour-long concert with their their sibling group, the Hatters. So anyway, good stuff all around. Check out YouTube. Great music, and great to see you next week, Chris. Looking forward to it already. And deep in the woods, the man with the fez straddles a pole in the district of red. Throw him some cash to ease his plight. He'll rise your tide and snuggle all night. Oh my God, Brian, I love you. And check me out on patreon.com/Brian K. Morris. I will cuddle with you for $10 a month. I will cuddle with you. And Keisha, Carl is excited. And same to you, A Cup says Sarah. And she meant that in a loving way. I know Sarah. Anyway, thank you so much for playing my Kirby promo. I appreciate it. You're welcome, Glenn B. Fleming. And also thanks to everyone for their patience. The book and DVD will be on Indiegogo soon. Yeah, I think it's because his editor was such a nitpicker. It's probably what's delaying it. Anyway, from this was Small Press Publisher. Also, wish me luck on this. I get this contract for an 8-page comic story. I will be writing out my normal genre for a project. Ooh, if you hadn't signed an NDA, man, I saw that last night. I'd be grilling you like a murder suspect. I am so proud of you. And see, people are recognizing your talent, man. That's important. That's very important. And once, not on. Okay, thank you for the desk for a Small Press Publisher. So, anyway, let's see. For a wish me luck. Once I get this contract for an 8-page comic. Okay, that. I thought you were saying that's the subject of what you're about to talk about, but we got out, and my chair just dropped down a little. So hold on a second. Oh, that's terrible TV. But anyway, congratulations, Joe. I'm looking forward to hearing the results. And Carl Witzman speaks for all of us. Good luck, Joe D. And John B. Pica. Say happy Friday, John B. Pica, and everyone at Kathy Jackson's Books. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Please drop your book links below. Hugs. Oh, hugs to you too. Thank you so much. Definitely check out Kathy Jackson's Books on Facebook and sign up for that page. You're going to find a lot of really cool reading there. And that is a great comic. Sarah says from the desk of the Small Press Publisher. Brian, you know I'll be there for your 12-hour craziness. Got my Hale pail ready. Yeah. Well, I have a feeling there may be times when I have to drop out of the broadcast, if only to eat. Because the lack of blood sugar is going to get pretty brutal after 12 hours. Because that's going to be from 10 in the morning till 10 at night. So, we may be lining up some guests. I check when we make it on Monday morning, I will put out a call I will probably reach out to some people because I know some people have been expressing an interest in being on the shows, and it's interesting to see how much Clever Title Pending is being missed. I get a lot of people that are like, "Why haven't you called me to be on the show?" And I'm like, "Well, the show's retired, and for the time being." Because I realized it wasn't until I retired I realized I've been doing that show for more than 3 years. And I'd only missed one time. And I had a guest back out, or for understandable reasons, no harm, no foul, no smoke, no flame, no problem. But I thought, you know what? I've been doing this a while. I want a Tuesday night off, and now I'm spoiled because I get to not only take the night off, I get to watch the Dastardly Dingoes at that time. So I've moved up in the world, and we're glad to have the Dingoes as part of our network. So anyway, and hopefully some of this attention I'm getting will trickle down to all y'all. So let's hope. And let's do this is. And then it'll come like October 30th and they all cancel. We're up to 826 subscribers. Anyway, thank you all for subscribing. If you haven't already, please go to that page. And yes, Good luck, Des. That's awesome. That really is. And don't forget, Mr. Grantastic. And he's married to the Invisible Woman, I think. Anyway, Memoirs of the Morbid. Check out that great comic book. I have a story in there. Grant Lankert has a story, and it's 60 plus pages of comic book goodness, and you will want it. In fact, you should get it right now. And we've got some more people. There we go. Had a little comment up, and I love the quote: "Growing old is mandatory. Growing up is optional," says Brian Rodman. Yeah, and what is it, the Tom Baker from Doctor Who quote? What's the point of being grown up if you can't act childish sometimes? And I'm getting stuff from every genre and loving it, says Sarah. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like in my declining years here, I've grown fond of like old romance comics, and especially seeing some of the great talent that worked on them. And I've always had a fondness for like something that happened in the 60s where it was a genre of racing. Big Daddy Don Garland's US 30, where the great ones run. And those announcers, Sunday, a beautiful US 30 drag strip, that sort of thing. There used to be a bunch of magazines like Cycle Tunes, Cartoons, Drag Magazine, and some of them had work from mainstream comic artists. I was telling Randy Zimmerman, who you should all keep in your thoughts and prayers, as he has been hospitalized for the coronavirus. And I need an update on him, too, if anyone has one, please. But anyway, he, and I've talked several times, I've got some of those old things, and it's got like beautiful black and white artwork by people like Alex Toth and Russ Manning. I even have one that has, believe it or not, folks, artwork by Terry Gilliam. Yes, the Brazil director. Yes, the Baron Munchausen director. Yes, the member of Monty Python's Flying Circus. Yeah, there's some good stuff to be had in all genres, and I'm excited that you're exploring this, vast world. And eventually, we're going to move you into reference works. There's some great ones out there. There really are, and you can probably read them online. And William Quinton, good morning to you. And don't you have number 3 of 47 Furious Tales going right now? It's good to see you, sir. Hope your morning is going well. And Sarah, finding books that Grandma and I can bond with as I go to read to her, learning what she likes to, is priceless. Well, it used to be a thing where my parents read to me when I was young, and now we're returning the favor, which is kind of cool. But there's a whole lot of opportunity. When I worked at Channel 12 in Champaign, which Sarah would know about, they had a service for reading for the blind. I just couldn't get the time to go for it. I never liked my voice anyway, so I never went out for it. But at one point, we had a service where people were reading like newspapers and magazine articles, and so anyway, it's a good thing, Sarah. It's a good thing. And Fierce Bloody Samurai Action, anyone? Asks William Quinnan. We're live with 47 Furious Tales issue 3 and the Artist Edition Volume 1 until October 30th. We're not funded yet, but getting close. William, drop your link, man. It would be better if you dropped it in Facebook, okay? And we are on the Rising Tide Broadcast Network page and the Rising Tide publications page, and also Kathy Jackson's books. Now, we are not broadcasting anymore on my personal profile page because I thought this had been fixed, but StreamYard is fine. It's Facebook that is not communicating with the program we use, StreamYard. And people were making comments on there, and they were like thinking I'm ignoring them. No, it's because I don't see the comments. That's it. If the best chance of getting me to see the comments are on YouTube, but it's tough to put in a link. But if you write out the address with a spell out DOT instead of putting that little period there, we'll know what you mean. And Sarah, check William Quinton's comics, says from the Death of Small Press publisher. It is good. It really is. It is a retelling of the 47 Ronin, but in anthropomorphic form. The artwork is gorgeous, seriously, and I gotta get that poster up behind me. That's all there is to it. I gotta find it. Anyway, I'm telling you, slab that artwork, Brian. Yeah, that's right. We will be going on eBay with this thing. I probably should. And Andy, I can't talk to you right now. I'm on the air. So anyway, someone's trying to contact me right now, and I know it's important, but I can't talk. I'm on the air. But anyway, yeah, we'll have to do that, or maybe we'll make an NFT of that thing, and I'll make a couple $1,000,000. I had to do that just as a joke. I had to make an NFT of that silly thing. Anyway, tonight at 9 p.m. you can catch Brian Rodman on Just Raging with Nita Lanning and Meredith Lawgren as we talk about Memoirs of an Angel and comic book shenanigans. That's going to be excellent. I love those ladies. Mwah! And you have fun. Maybe I will show up and hassle you. Anyway, Sarah, I'm getting a migraine, so mostly listening until it stops. What, me or the migraine? Your migraine will probably go away first. But anyway, sweetheart, take care of yourself. And if BKM's from the Desk of a Small Press Publisher, he says if BKM reaches the 1,100 subs, I would draw an exclusive Brian Rodman as Jessica Rabbit, who wants tacos. To understand that, you got to watch last night's Comic Book Spectrum. Poor Brian. He must have thought he was chatting us for a moment. Anyway, so if you want to see what my artwork is like, subscribe. And let's check, see where we're at now. We were at 826 subscribers a moment ago. Oh, and I want to thank everyone who watched last week, I think it was, or the 16th or so. We're at 827 now. Thank you. We've got the momentum. But anyway, when we had Dan Doherty on Nevermind the Furthermore, we had our highest rated episode ever. We had over 1,000 views on that thing. What's the current tote on that thing? Let me look. That's not it. And let's see. The current, let's see. Do I still have that up there? I have to go back and look here. This is riveting, isn't it? That's a couple weeks ago. And come on. Anyway, we'll look on this page here, but it was well over 1,000. I don't know what it's up to now. Let's see. And Creative Conversation, Pre-Con Dead Talk, and let's see, Daphne Lage. And where is that? Yeah, Creative Conversation with Dan Doherty. And we are well over 1,000 views on that. I don't know that I can get a number on that, but we're going to kill that sound before it happens. Yeah, 1,030 views with Dan Doherty. And please check that out. That was on October 13th, of course. And that was a really good show. Dan is hilarious. And check out his book. I think his Touching Evil book is in its final days too, so please check it out. A lot of good stuff. The season for Kickstarters is kind of winding down in anticipation of the holiday season, so definitely check out these books because we're going to go a little fallow over the winter, I think. But anyway, who is the Comic Book Spectrum B team? Can't include Joe D because he's A+. What? Who? I say who? Well, it's going to depend because the main Fab Four, and we should make it the Fab Five. Joe is every bit as much of a Fabber as we are. But anyway, he's totally Fab. Anyway, we talked, and these guys have other things to do. Now, Brian Rodman will be absent that night because he has a prior engagement. And I don't know about anyone else, but we may reach out. We may reach out and grab a couple of guest people to join the extravaganza. So, oh no, not you too, Joe D. That's right, Carl. It's the new thing. Brian Rodman, you ought to get a book, a scrapbook, maybe do a special Kickstarter for this art, the art of the taco eating Jessica Rabbit with the beard. And Cookie gave me that I don't know how to know look. I'll explain later, honey. And I think she closed the door. Anyway, for the Death of a Small Press.
Still stands. I don't want to know.
Oh, no, Brian was talking about cosplaying as Jessica Rabbit. And so I drew something.
Very talented, hon.
Thank you. We're going to make this an NFT. Yeah.
All right. I am making more coffee for you.
Thank you. I think it's essential.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. You see what happens when I'm alone and unsupervised, honey?
Honey, you're being supervised by all of them, but you are a terrible employee and you don't listen.
They're enabling me.
That's true too.
Yeah, I mean, when we had that potty mouth off camera a couple weeks ago, the positive affirmation for that terrible moment of lack of self-control. These people were they memorized the moment and are waiting for another F-bomb.
Okay, F-bomb.
This is why I don't take her anywhere. Thank you, Madam Executive Producer. Anyway, the Comic Rainbow can't be Comic Rainbow without me playing LeVar Burton, says Texas Soul Press Publisher. That's true. That's true. That's true. No, Joe. I never want to give you the impression that you are any less of a member of the team than the regulars. And I'm all for making you a regular if you were willing. Seriously, let me know privately. But are they bowling to get Soup or bowling on behalf of Soup? We need to know. That is true. That is true, Skunk Rocker. That is an important designation there. I always assumed they were in need of Soup. But that's true. They could be bowling on behalf of Soup. That's, it's a very charitable thing to do. By the way, they did a cover version of I Ran by Flock of Seagulls, but it's more guitar oriented than synthesizer. It's amazing. It is so good. I found it on YouTube one day. Brian Robbins says one of my favorite parts about Vincent Price was how much he appreciated and advocated for art. He was a huge collector and put on many galleries. Brian Rodman, you're right. I found out through my research for the Batman article that he actually studied in college for art appreciation. And he was not only an advocate for artistic development. He, in the Eisenhower administration, President Eisenhower appointed him to a position where he was encouraging Native Americans to pursue their art. And in the early 60s, he was an advisor to Sears Roebuck and Company, because at the time, Sears Roebuck used to offer all kinds of amazing things, including art that you could hang in your home, that you could also buy a house. The makings of a house, you had to make the foundation and do the utility hookups and everything and buy the land, of course, but they would sell you everything else you needed to buy a house or to make a house, and you get a contractor put it all together, or you do it yourself. But yeah, Vincent, and he also wrote several books on gourmet cooking. He and his wife Coral Brown. He was an incredible talent, not just a great actor, and he would bring the same gravitas to like a Roger Corman film that he would to an A-list film. And he was a strong working actor. I mean, he took almost any role you offered him and did it. And he put everything into it. He never dialed that performance in. I'll watch anything with Vincent Price. I love him as an actor. He's one of those guys I think I would have liked to have met. And sometimes the rising tide is a tsunami. Just ask EJ. Oh my God. Yeah. We may have to investigate this aspect. And the Persuasions, you have not lived until you listen to their YouTube covers. Oh my God. Oh, I can just imagine Joe Dog McKeel. Oh, I'm looking for those, seriously. And Acuff Creations goes, yeah, Donna. And Scott Gardner says, I listen to a lot of Little Big and no one subscribes to my YouTube channel. I think you're just doing things right, Brian. That could be Skunk Rocker. I don't know what I did, but yeah, I love Little Big. They are hilarious. Carl Witzman turned me onto them with the song I'm Not Drunk. Then I started investigating their catalog, and some of their old stuff is very hardcore rap. And some of it is very political, very interesting. And plus they have like a family of other performers, like the Hatters, which are kind of like Russian. They started out as Russian folk, but they also do various other kinds of rock music and all. And a couple of the members have crossed over for some projects with Little Big. But yeah, I love their music. I really do. It makes me happy. And they just speaking of Little Big, they just released an album of cover songs, and I know they do Nirvana, a couple of Russian groups, and they also there is a video for Backstreet is Back that has like a little fairy tale going with it. There's just so much funniness in there. Anyway, does that mean Rodman is going to be your fur baby? That could be. Both of us are rather hirsute, so it'll be tough deciding who is the fur baby around here. And Joe D, if you do the Butterfly in the Sky song as Mr. T, you will reach A+++ status. There we go. There you go. See, the gauntlet has truly been hurled. And we just had another comment dump. We're going back. Carl Wilson says, I'll be offering online therapy for those affected by the Nick Tockard artwork for $10 an hour. PM me for details. Point to where the bad artist hurt you. That's right. And when you visit Carl, you're going to need one of these. So point to where the bad man hurt you. Or to where he made you feel good. And Butterfly in the Sky, you can go twice as high. Take a look. Read a comic book rainbow, comic book rainbow. Thank you, Jody McPhee. Oh my God, I love it too, Carl. That is hilarious. And Chris Walker, perhaps hiatus would be a better term than retired. Well, that's true. It is on hiatus, and we are going to be doing some special episodes that we'll just kind of like fit them into the schedule as need be. But I have also been discussing logistics with Cookie, and Clever Title Pending could come back, especially and let's just give you a clue. Just saying. Anyway, because we worked it out this week. And I just got notification from Facebook. I hope you all have fun at HoloCon. We are going to have fun, Nick. I wish I could bring you. Man, I really do. There's not going to be much room in the van, unfortunately. Yeah, we got... You've seen those containers I use, the rigid toolboxes. Michaela Jade is now using them, too. And I actually bought a second set to carry comic books and overstock and supplies. And actually, I've got enough material now for HoloCon. Sales better be there because I'm bringing a lot of stuff that I have actually a box I have to carry separately. But no, this way, except for a few things like a gel mat that I have to stand on because my knees are bad, and my backdrop or my vertical display, and a stand that I have been using since Indie Author Book Expo. I can carry Cookie and I can now carry everything in one trip, and I'm sure if the road was not bumpy, I could probably do everything on my own. So having these has been a godsend, and I recommend it to everyone who does shows. Anyway, Brian Rodman says, if you get people asking about Clever Title Pending, point them to the Dastardly Dingoes podcast. I have been. Next Tuesday is going to be stupid fun, you guys. Join us as we gush over our favorite back issues and roast Chad Nuss. Jump in the comments and tell us what your favorite comics are, too. And as always, roast Chad, too. Yeah, it's kind of funny seeing Chad when I was on Dastardly Dingoes a couple of weeks ago. Check that episode out. That's a lot of fun. That's why I yielded my space to these guys because I love their show so much. But I was nice to Chad, and Chad had this bewildered look on his face like, wait a minute, I'm not being abused by someone. What is wrong? I cannot compute. Anyway, please check out the Dastardly Dingoes every Tuesday night. It's a lot better than Clever Title Pending. That guy was getting tired. Anyway, John B. Pike, I had to drop out put out a fire. I'm back now. Well, we'll see what kind of fires we can start here for you, John. Always good to see you. And I'll see you 1 week from today, brother. And I will see you on Saturday morning. Do I need to bring my own cereal? I gotta check this out. There's logistics that need to be obeyed here. And yes, you can do anything. Take a look, create a comic book rainbow, a comic book rainbow, a comic book rainbow. Thank you for the Decim Small Press Publisher. 10 p.m.s on Saturday night. And the only American in Monty Python as well. Yes, exactly right. Exactly right, Chris. And Varian says Zim will be back before much longer, so that sounds promising. Oh, good, Sarah. I'm glad to hear that. I've been behind in my podcast lately. And from the Decim Small Press Publisher, Uncle Carl's Secret Humor Group presents Comic Book Rainbow, coming soon. Well, we need that parody of me. So let's keep it going. And if Brian wants to hit 1,000, he needs to do what I did. Promise to cosplay as Supergirl. Well, to help Brian Rodman, I did say I would cosplay as Lady Death, and I wouldn't shave nothing. Maybe if his campaign stalls, that might be why. And we are up to, what's the current? We're still 800. Let's see. We'll just refresh that screen there. And actually, let's see. Let's kill that. And we're at 828 subscribers. You almost can watch it grow. It's like those fast motion things of plants. You plant the seed, then you go into fast motion, and you see it break the ground and sprout and everything. That's us. And I love how you're all running so far with my joke. Nicholas Anthony Tucker, tonight at 8 p.m. on the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. Check out from the tomorrow night, the Historical Fencing Guild, where lots of fun, lots of combat, lots of good stuff. But yeah, John, there's a difference. People would not mind seeing you as Supergirl. Me as Lady Death is a horror beyond reckoning. Okay, and yes, Nicholas, you started it. We're running it into the ground. And William Quinton from the Small Press Publisher, thank you so much, definitely. And Brian Rodman, Rabbit Taco Trading Cards. Well, Karen Nicole has that 52 pickup. If Brian would be willing to do it topless, I'm sure we might get that. Those guys that like bears. We could get that crowd in, and then we get the put a tail on him. He could appeal to the furry demographic. I'm telling you, Brian, we got gold here. We're gonna make this work. And good one, Damian Waldron. I agree. That was funny, Damian. And this is where Cookie says it's 24/7, folks. That's right. Yes, the only respite she gets is when she goes to work. No wonder she's so eager to leave in the afternoon. William Quinton, I still need to get issue 3. Just waiting to get paid from the Decim Small Press Publisher. Yeah, I need to get in on that too. Please let us know what that address is. And Alone and Unsupervised is Chris Walker. How much trouble has that gotten every one of us into? I could fill the whole 12 hours in 2 weeks on that one, Chris. And everyone, of course, is being real helpful and going, hey, Brian, have you thought of? So anyway, yeah. And more amazing than a flock of seagulls is me at Smashword, Cindy Kep, CKOEPP.com. Check out her newsletter and sign up for it, please. It's free. And Joe Dog McKeel, I have to go. Going to be a Karen at Sam's Club. They screwed up my PayPal account. Eek. Yeah, we don't belong to Sam's Club anymore because there's just 2 of us. We don't need to buy in bulk. We rarely do. And the savings on gasoline doesn't warrant the ever escalating membership fee, but we did have a credit card through there, and it was kind of weird because it was one of those, of course it's Master. Oh no, it's a Discover card, I think it was, and you got cash back on it. But it's like we couldn't apply it on goods because we weren't a member, and we couldn't get it in cash because it wasn't enough. So we made our annual trek into Sam's Club to get that figured out, and so we finally talked them into just take that balance, whatever we earn, and put it on our balance. But now we're getting rid of that card. We're going to get something with some cash back on it, and someplace we don't have to go in and argue with the service desk about it. And I ran to go get books. I love it, Cindy. You're awesome. Check me out on Amazon.com. All kinds of good stuff there. And my Facebook glitch says to the Historical Fencing Guild, I do hope you all remember me when BKM's NFT hits big money and the Brian Rodman Jessica Rabbit is a major cultural phenomenon. There we go. We will. I forgot one thing. I forgot to do something here. Hold on. Let's see. This is important. Every artist must do this. And that was 10/21, 2021. And I had to sign it. I forgot. All great artists sign their work. So yeah, we'll be launching news on that NFT pretty soon. And the stupid thing is somebody might actually go for it. And from that's a small press publisher, Joe Dog McKeel, have fun, but don't end up on TikTok. I'd be more worried about ending up on the TMZ more than anything. And let's see here. We've got somebody we need to block here, and we're doing so. And no, we aren't talking to no one, idiot. Anyway, we had another troll. Yay! And from the Historical Fencing Guild, Vincent Price reminded me of my grandfather. That is so cool. That is so cool. Classy gentleman, no doubt. And Cindy Kemp says, fighting axes and simple swords, then go to Amazon.com and check out Mr. Nicholas Anthony Tockert, because he's amazing. And watch his show tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. You will be highly gratified. And give him hell, Joe Dog. That's right. By God, take the fury of the Nevermorians with you, Joe Dog. And good luck. Good luck with that. And Cindy Kemp Magic, giant ghost shows. And Night Reich. Oh, Night Reich is the brand new book by John B. Pica. Check this out on Amazon. Get you a copy for yourself. And the Dastardly Dingoes podcast for fun and profit. And you will have a profit from watching that show and being so highly entertained for mere pennies on the dollar. Check out the Dastardly Dingoes every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. on the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. And also, you got to check out that Nerd Culture channel of Brian Permison's. Please subscribe to that. And gonna be your fur baby, sir? I already am. Brian Rodman. Best news I've heard all day, and I am yours. Anyway, Cindy Kemp says publishing from a small desk every Saturday night at 10 p.m. with Joe D. McPhee, also on Comic Book Spectrum. Always a great co-host of that show. And from this small press publisher says William Quinton, thank you. Kickstarter is running through the 30th, so that comes at a good time. That it does, William. Looking forward to your success, sir. And Cindy Kemp says Neurosis and other books from Amy Hale. Please check that out. She is a great author. You will love what she does. Historical Fencing Guild says, has anyone reminded folks that they can donate to help run the show via PayPal and Patreon? Well, we talk about Patreon often, and that's a good idea. Let me find I've got all kinds of things here I should use, like Weapons, Wit, and What Energy Nick Tockert has. Join him every Friday on the Historical Fencing Guild at 8 p.m. Eastern on the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. And Comics, Chaos, and Sass, Heather Ellen has that and more. Positivity and promotion abound every Sunday at 10 p.m. Eastern on the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. But yes, our Patreon page, where you can subscribe for a modest monthly stipend, but we give you stuff in return. It's not a one-way street here. And the funds go towards maintaining this show and our publishing empire. But check me out at www.patreon.com. And also, if you enjoy what you see and hear, please consider leaving a tip for us at paypal.me/Rising Tide BKM. Note the capitalization of Rising Tide BKM. And any donations will be applied again towards the show. There is equipment, there is stuff we want to do. We want to expand this show, which reaching 1,100 people will help us with immensely. With any luck. But anyway, please consider a donation, and you will be privately and enthusiastically thanked. So anyway, let's see. Let's get, we got the Historical Fencing Guild. Thank you, Nick, for that reminder. Appreciate it. And Michaela Jade would appreciate the reminder that her warriors are everywhere. Check out the Warriors trilogy on Amazon by author Michaela Jade. And Poetic Justice, Teresa Dunn has got that and more in 2 volumes of poetry expressions. She is She is awesome. And au revoir, le spammer. Exactly, Carl. Exactly. I don't think that's a bot. There are some of the insults that are kind of personalized that I suspect I know who it is. You know, it's one of I've narrowed it down pretty much to two. Well, it's possibly three people, but definitely two. We've discussed that, so, which is funny because if they did, they had to make another account, a completely different account, because I've got all three of them blocked. So anyway, Historical Fencing Guild, you keep poking me. I am fully capable of drawing the further adventures of Brian Rabbit. Mr. Rodman, I think you and I need to talk with Nick sometime, don't you? And Cindy Cap says, Halloween Comic and Toy Show, QuadCon Des Moines. Get fun stuff such as books, comics, dragons, and even some seasonal stuff at quadcity.com. Check out their announcements. And Cindy Cap will be at many of those and pokes Nick a couple of times as Donna Carleen. I think we've already wakened the dragon here. And tonight at 7 p.m. Central Time, the Historical Fencing Guild the public channel on YouTube. Please check it out. It's good stuff. It is seriously fun stuff. And Chad Nuss roasting on an open fire. Chad Nuss nipping at your nose. And here's my imitation of Mel Torme, who wrote the original. Anyway, so that's funny. And Cindy Cap also tells us that CromCon is coming soon. The 29th through the 31st. Check that out. And when you're not checking in on the shenanigans at HowlCon, part of which will be virtual, and much of it will be live, please come see us. And if nothing else, check out the virtual side of it. But anyway, when you're not doing that, check out CromCon, put out by Pops Van Zandt. And Nearly Out of ICU. We got the news this week that Luke Stone is being weaned off the respirator and making progress towards recovery. And thank God for that. Thank you, God. And thank you, Beth Stone, for taking such good care of him, our boy there. And anyway, check out Luke Stone's for some great, great comics. And no, stop Nick now. Stop poking him, Donna. At least he's not getting pegged. Anyway, anthologies, books, and a comic from Bear Publications. You want to check that out from Cindy Kep. She's got a great, great book out. And check out Animal Eye. In fact, I'm going to take a small break here, and we're going to run that video. Yes, definitely check that out. Animal Eye. It's a great novel from Cindy Kep, as well as a beautiful, beautiful comic book. And the second issue should be hitting crowdfunding soon. See what you're missing if you haven't gotten it.
What if you could see the world like an animal? What if you could soar like a bird? Detect faint smells like a dog? What if a video game allowed you to play an animal character in a unique fantasy setting? What if a comic book series put you in such a video game setting, telling the story from the point of view of animal companions to human characters? Welcome to the world of Animal Eye. This comic book series will follow the adventures of three animal characters, Ava the crow, Nagid the dog, and JL the bear. Many fantasy stories feature animal helpers to human characters, especially horses or dogs, but sometimes birds like falcons, or in the case of Animal Eye, a crow. Fantasy-based video games do this as well at times, with human or demi-human player characters in the role-playing video game, with animal assistants in the game available to the main characters as what are, in effect, non-player characters. The Animal Eye story world flips this dynamic on its head. In Animal Eye, the video game player characters are the animals, and the non-player characters are the humans the animals assist. Join playtesters Ken May and Jake as they become Ava the crow and Nagid the dog. In Issue 1, each must find a human companion to guide them on their adventures. Ava finds Aussie, Bakari tribesman, archer, and herbalist. Baron Raphael Dorcas, who wields a sword and a flintlock pistol, teams up with Nagid. In the world of Animal Eye, demented monsters are attacking settlements, including Aussie's family. Join Ava and Aussie as they come to JL's aid in a fight against the maniacs. Join Baron Raphael and Nagid as they undergo a parallel adventure battling demented maniacs. Issue 1 lays the groundwork for a unique comic book series in 6 issues, adapted from the novel Animal Eye by Cindy Kep. An adventure is beginning, an adventure you can join with your support, an adventure where you can become the animal.
Check out that great book by Cindy Kep and that amazing comic book which Cindy Kep wrote the script for. It has gotten universal raves, and you're going to want a copy of it. That's at bearproductions.com. Also, Boot Zombies from Oz, Eric Hawkins' great series, currently on Comixology, along with Joe D. McPhee's book. So check them both out. And Browncoats in Kentucky, Renmelian, who was on our show in the audience last night, on Comic Book Spectrum. She knows all about that. And if you love Firefly and Serenity, she's the lady to talk to. She is fantastic. And there we go. And Cindy Kep, Angelic Memoirs from Brian Rodman. Check him out on YouTube. Check him out not only on YouTube, on his great show, The Dastardly Dingoes, every Tuesday night at 7, but also check him out on his Kickstarter campaign, which is in its final days and so close to reaching that $3,000 goal, where the next stretch goal is unlocked. So check it out. It's good stuff. I really like it too. And anyway, I'm going to get off of this page, this other page, because I don't want interrupting our show. And Historical Fantasy Guild, Brian White morph suit as a base layer at... Is something happened to Joe? Is he okay? Or excuse me, to Nick, is he okay? White morph suit as a base layer at... Okay. And Pulp Fiction from Stormgate Press. Check out the first 2 volumes of Pulp Reality #1, and there's good stuff coming down the road. One thing that I just completed, and I'm doing one more thing, and there's a lot of exciting projects coming from them. I'm really thrilled. And I want chibis of those trading cards. Stickers. We need Brian Rodman transvestite stickers. And add the bikini and wig. You could be Lady Death and not get arrested. I'm just worried about the sensibilities, the earth-shattering sight of my hairy chest under the bikini. And Hyper Sandy Books for Reviews Down Under. Check them out on YouTube. Thank you, Cindy Kep. And Roll Cruise Art has sent me 19 pages of Animal Eye too. Ooh, check out his other stuff at artstation.com/Roll Cruise. That's the art you saw in the trailer that we just enjoyed a moment ago. And Donna Carlene, here's Carl, ignores him and pokes Nick again. Yes, I'm poking him again, she says. Keep up the pokage. And Cindy Kep says Denver Martires is working on the last 5 pages of Animal Eye 2 to send back to Roll. Check out his other work at deviantart.com/the Raider05. Definitely check it out. Really, really great palette on that book. It is so lovely. And speaking of so lovely, there's Sarah, or maybe a Vampirella costume and try to keep it in place. The removal will give you a waxing around your nipples and might get a Brazilian wax. Oh, no, he wouldn't. You will just have to risk seeing my naughties. That's all there is to it. No, I knew a Vampirella cosplayer years ago, and I did ask her. I say, and she was, let's just say God had been good to her. And I asked her, I said, I've got to ask you this, if you don't mind. How do you stay inside that thing? Because I'm looking and I could, we could probably get a show any second. And she goes, you wouldn't believe how much spirit gum I've got on me. It is a painful, time-consuming process to remove it, but it's worth it to keep from getting arrested. So, okay, we get it now. And from Victoria Adams, a fantasy about a Nepalese-inspired culture coming soon. Oh, cool. Victoria Adams, she's a wonderful writer, and she's got all kinds of great books out. You should check her out on Amazon. She's really great. And yeah, Gâteau au Chocolat, whatever that is. Yep, you're blocked, dude. Out of here. And Brian Robin says, in regards to Brian Rabbit, you may do what you wish. Just when I extend my hand, allow there to be a healthy check that lands there. Yes, folks, I can be bought. Well, I say, why rent when you can own? You know what I'm saying? And Trolls are heroes too. Well, at least in Stephen Rowland's Sentence to Troll series on Amazon. Check out SL Rowland. Good stuff there. Otherwise, trolls on this station get blocked. Oh, I thought I'd already blocked the guy. I guess I'll just have to put him in timeout like I'm about to do with Don and Nick. Carl is abusing the power I have given him. But in his hands, it's glorious to see. There was a person here that I did give power to, and he's out of here. And when I found out he'd been doing that, that was the last straw. Anyway, a CKOEPP.com supporting Cindy Kemp and flanking YouTube standards. What standards? Wait a minute. What standards? That's Facebook. And Chad Nuss roasting on an open fire. Chad Nuss nipping at your nose. How do you not know comics and be on this show? You gotta go for Brian Rodman. We do. And that interlude, the musical interlude, is brought to you from the desk of a small press publisher, Saturday nights at 10 o'clock. I can see you like those old 50s and 60s shows I used to watch when I was young. You with a Hammond organ just playing music, and now here's something from the Hit Parader. Anyway, Donna, Carlene sticks her tongue down at Carl. Brian K. wouldn't like that. That's right. Exactly. I want my gal empowered there. See, that's what we're about here. And don't die, feed Cookie. Thank you, Carl Witzman. We are so on that. And the artwork of Bill Sartin at Sartin Art 76 on Facebook. Vintage cartooniness for you. And the Historical Fencing Guild goes, but why, Carl? I was even merciful enough not to act on the comic book spectrum as the Spice Girls. Oh, why didn't you tell me what you want, what you really want? Well, come on, tell me what you want, what you really, really want. Anyway, Damian Waldron, Joe D, when are you putting out your album? Yeah, that's what I want to know. And yeah, what Carl said, don't die, feed Cookie. Thank you, Skunk Rocker. Love you, man. And keep working on that screenplay, dude. And rush us to end the show before my trauma can be induced. And just think, you're going to be locked in a moving metal vehicle with her for about, about 2 hours. Good luck. May God have mercy on your soul. And have a great weekend, everyone. BKM, thanks for all you do. Ted, thank you, brother. Seriously. See you all Sunday at 7 p.m. to help me launch Grimm 101 Book 2 on Kickstarter. Thank you all for all your support. Thank you for producing that super, super fine book. And also check out tonight at 7 p.m. on the Rising Tide Broadcast Network, Drinking with the Davies. That is going to be an interesting show as always. Chrissy is amazing. Yeah, Ted's pretty good too. He knows his place. And Brian Robin, well, it's about that time. Don't die, feed Cookie. I think I'll feed myself some tacos. And I mentioned that last night, our falderall last night, and Cookie is like, we haven't had tacos in ages. So it may be Taco Tuesday today. As always, thank you for ringing in the weekend for us, my friend. Thank you for being a part of that, brother. I seriously mean that. It was a beautiful morning, my fur baby. My fur darling. Have a great day, everyone. Bring Cookie home and laugh like the shadow. Who knows what evil lurks in the NFT of Brian? The shadow doesn't want to know a thing about it. There we go. Anyway, thank you, Brian. Love you, man. Okay. And Carl, you really want me to decline your wife's request? I mean, that could get me in trouble. Historical Fencing Guild, don't get in trouble, Donna. Lol, Naked School, just teasing. But really, does anyone need a humor group cheap? Or is that a cheap humor group? You can't get out of it, Carl. You started it, you finish it. Think of all the narrative wheels who would have nowhere to go if not for you. And Chris Walker, have a great Friday and weekend, everyone. I got to do some adulting. Ooh. Acting like a grown-up is necessary at times. Oh, God, I hope I never have to go through that. Chris Walker, thank you for being here, brother. I'm looking forward to it 1 week from today when I'm at HowlCon, and we're getting to see each other in person. It's going to be glorious, Chris. Thank you for being here, my man. Oh, you're always welcome here. And, I could do those stickers. I'm thinking action figure. Brian Rodman action figure. Brian Rodman transvestite action figure. We could have a whole line of Brian Rodman toys. Like him as Jessica Rabbit, him as Lady Death. I'm seeing dollar signs here, Damien. Let's talk. And Carl, I'm not the one going to get in trouble. Donna says the Historical Fencing Guild. Good point. And not just scratch and sniff stickers. Sarah, you are a marketing genius. I'm thinking, I'm proud that you're a part of this enterprise here. We are going to go places, and probably the sooner the better. And Amy Hale, good morning to you, darling. Wow, hope you're doing well. We should do this in the closing moments of our show. Amy Hale has some terrific books out, and you need to own a lot of them. And you're looking for reading this weekend? Here's what you need to do, where you need to go. Definitely check out the work of Amy Hale. She's an amazing author, and I'd love to see her books in your library. I know Amy would too. You'll be glad you did. Check her out on Amazon. She is terrific. And Adrian Johnson, good morning. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. And William Quinton says, I received the Book of Demons by Madeline Holly Rosing just yesterday. Madeline has really raised the bar. Disney could probably match the quality on this book on a good day, but they'd work. That's the thing. A lot of great work is coming out of the independent markets. And, we've been talking about that on Comic Book Spectrum, that you don't need to be part of the mainstream anymore to produce quality work, that the secrets of publishing are out there now, and you can be in total control of it. Why do you think so many people like, Scott Snyder and Jeff Johns and Gary Frank and Chris Roberson, I realize, and just recently learned, Gabe, I've been pronouncing it L-Tab, but it's, EVS had a show about him the other day, about how he's joined EVS's political side, and how a lot of these creators and Shane Davis, have left the mainstream. Well, Ethan Van Sciver too left the mainstream and made their way on independent comics. So we don't need the mainstream. Otherwise, we'd probably never get books like this. New book by Jim Beard and Moonstone Books, Green Hornet, How Sweet the Sting. Just got this from my local comic monger, and it's a quick read, and I think y'all ought to buy that thing. And by the way, Amy Hale, if you're still here, I recommend this book a whole bunch. J. Michael Straczynski, who created Babylon 5 and was lobbying to be the new script editor on the script runner on Doctor Who after Chris Chibnall. But this is a fascinating book. If you liked On Writing by Stephen King, you will love this book. Lots of humor, lots of great examples. I'm digging it. I'm not even 10th. I'm barely started the book, but I've been flipping through it, and it's been a great read so far. Highly recommend it. And be right back. We'll probably still be here, Carl. And Philip Thompson, good news. Working on my book. Well, good. That is good news. You keep at it, young man. You're going to go far. And give Brian tacos. All Brian's deserve tacos, says the Historical Fencing Guild. I cannot fault your statement there, young man. I fully agree with you about the taco acquisition. And don't forget Robin's... Oh, we can't now, Sarah. Thank you for that image. And the Historical Fencing Guild says, Sarah, so Rodman needs a pumpkin stocking hat. That's right. And loved on writing. We'll check it out. Yeah, seriously. There is a chapter in there, Amy, on our lineage as writers. I read that to Cookie, and I was verklempt. Let's put it that way. It is that good. So, anyway, Amy Hale, we love you here. Also, check out AuthorAmyHale.com and Author Amy Hale on Facebook and Amy Hale's Angels on Facebook. And check out her latest book, Neurosis. It is a super, super read. And she's a super lady. We love you, Amy. And with that, we are caught up. So let's wrap things up, why don't we? Okay? Then we can push food into Cookie. But anyway, and Philip Thompson says it's called Imagination. At first, the Frost cover had some copyrighted images when I had someone on Fiverr do it, but now I finished the characters for it and part of a team. Well, good. Well, that's the thing you have to be mindful of. We all do. There is a reason why we don't have copyrighted music on this show. We have had some copyright hits because of it. We have defended all but 3, though. I'm glad to say. And I did it myself because I did the research. And if any of you get a copyright claim on your YouTube video, contact me. I can help. But if you don't, even better. But no, I'm glad you got that straightened out, Philip. And you wouldn't like it if someone used your stuff without permission. That's something to be mindful of. And Sarah says, have a wonderful day. I love you to the abyss and back always. You too, sweetheart. And I will check in with you later. We just got real busy yesterday and didn't get caught up. And today we're going to be busy, but we're going to work at it. And I will touch base with you soon. All right. And have a great day. Keisha, you too. Mwah. Love you, hun. Glad you were here. And hope you have a sensational weekend too. And we hope everyone has a sensational weekend. Hope you got something planned, something fun. And of course, I'm just going to sit on my backside and do nothing.
How dare you!
You know that's not true. I'm going to be working my little heart out. Got lawn work to do this weekend. Hopefully it won't rain. And we've got some prep to do for HalloCon next week. Go to hallocon.com. Also check out Stupid O'Clock tomorrow night at 11 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. Central, right after From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher at 10 and 9, respectively. And get you some great entertainment. Then stay tuned for Dan Holofield's Last Man Standing afterwards. It is going to be a lot of fun. And let's see, and no worries. We'll touch base. You know we will, Sarah. And we'll see what we can do to inspire each other. But anyway, speaking of inspiration, I want to thank our sponsor of the day, and that's Plasmafire Graphics. Plasmafire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you. When you've edited your prose to the point where it's so sharp you can shave with it, then you need to put not just a good, but a great book cover around it to get people to buy it. And that's where Plasmafire Graphics comes in. Jeffrey Hayes is an expert in marketing and in book cover construction. He's going to be doing the Terrors. Or actually, he's done the Terrors, and we're going to be finishing that up in the next couple of months. But anyway, he's worked. His name opens doors in the book industry, and if you want that door open with a great cover, contact him at plasmafiregraphics.com. Also, check out his work there. Also on his Facebook page, and he can do graphics to help you sell the work, not just the cover itself, as well as book trailers like the one you just saw for Plasmafire Graphics. So check out his work and contact Jeffrey Hayes at plasmafiregraphics.com. Plasmafire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you, because it matters to your readers. All right. And John B. Pike, I got to run. Open enrollment season is upon us. Oh, John, I guess I won't be seeing you for a month or so. Anyway, John, we'll be seeing you next week at HalloCon. Looking forward to that, my brother. And you have a great weekend. Good luck on your back in the cereal box, 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Central. Okay. And hope everyone has the great weekend I'm looking forward to. Bye, all. Donna, you and Carl travel safely to Effingham. Have a good time at that show. And we'll see you soon, hon. Mwah! Next week, in fact. And Philip Thompson asked, what's HalloCon? Anybody coming? Good coming there? Me? Isn't that enough? That's going to be in Dalton, Georgia. And there's going to be some great people lined up there. Michaela Jade will be there, Carl Witzman, Donna Carlene, Bobby Nash, John B. Pica, Damian Waldron, and me. I'm the guest of honor. So it's going to be a good time. So check it out at hallocon.com. That'll be the 29th through the 31st. So please check us out. It'll be a lot of fun. And let's see, I'm going to hit the refresh on where to see where we're at. Thank you, my new Russian friends. We're at 829 subscribers. Oh dear God, I better clean out the Hale pail and make sure the pod catheter is working. I think I know what I'm doing 2 weeks from now with any luck. So anyway, thank you all. Thank you, Philip. Thank you everyone for being here. And thank you for putting up with our intermittent internet signal. I can tell it's not as strong as usual. I'm probably rather fuzzy, but I'm fuzzy in real life too, so that works out. Anyway, folks, thank you to Plasmafire Graphics for sponsoring this episode, and thank you to everyone in the Rising Tide Broadcast Network for enabling me. The Rising Tide Broadcast Network is a group of like-minded broadcasters who are helping each other rise in their community and sharing resources. And we have some new people, not just the dastardly dingoes, but we're also moving into audio only podcasts. George Seurat, a great author and creator, has joined us and will be starting next week. Also, John Celestri of Bloodwing Angel fame is going to be doing a how-to draw show. The artistic OG has joined the crowd here, and we couldn't be more proud of that. And we've got some great stuff coming in audio and the audio visual end of things. So please follow us on our Facebook page, and we'll get an updated schedule as soon as we settle down again. It's going to be a lot of fun. You'll love it. And speaking of loving it, you'll love Patreon. these wonderful people subscribe to my Patreon page, and in return, aside from getting mentioned on this card, they also have the pages of their own, and they also get looks at exclusive blogs. No one but them gets to see it. And for $5 a month, you get to see chapters of my latest work, The Terrors, and it should be out early next year, if not sooner. But anyway, check it out. Patreon is a monthly subscription service where you can support your favorite creators for a modest monthly stipend. And even $1 will get you a mention on this card. So please check us out at www.patreon.com/Brian K. Morris. Also check out Thursday nights Comic Book Spectrums, Thursdays at 7 p.m., 6 p.m. Central Time, where we talk about comics, review the latest releases, and just generally have fold roll. Next week, we are going to be talking about we're going to make time, and we're going to talk about a subject based on an article I read, why Marvel and DC should retire Peter Parker and Bruce Wayne. Where do legacy characters stand in an age of wokeness and representation? We're going to be talking about that Thursday. Please tell your friends. It's going to be a good time. And have a good day, Brian. Thank you so much, Jody McPhee. You have a great weekend too, my friend. And I'll see you tomorrow night at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central. And see you, Brian. Have a good weekend. Thanks. Thank you, Glenn B. Fleming. Hope the edits are working out for you. And if you have any questions, please contact me. Anyway, Glenn B. Fleming has that great Jack Kirby book coming out soon, and I am eager to read that and have it in my sweaty little hands. Anyway, thank you all for being here. Thank you for being a part of the extravaganza this morning. And we could not and wouldn't want to do this without you guys and gals. Thank you all. And as always, folks, if you haven't already, please, if you're watching on Facebook, please give this video a like if you would, and share it with your friends. And if you're watching us on YouTube, please especially give us a like and help us get to 1,100 people, 1,100 subscribers on our list. If we do that before the end of Halloween night, I will do a special 12, not 1 hour. I'd have to reduce to get to a 1 hour show. We will be doing a special 12-hour episode of Nevermind the Furthermore, but with special guests, giveaways, and all kinds of coolness going on. So please join us, all right? And with that, we are going to close out the show. Thank you again for being here during the extravaganza. We hope you all have a fantastic weekend. Do something creative and be kind to somebody. You never know who needs it, all right? And check out our BK Minutes every morning at 7 a.m. or they're good on the rerun. You'll love them. And also Michaela Jade's Morning Motivationals every morning at 5. We're going to be 24/7 before this thing is over, I tell you. Anyway, thank you all for your kind attentions. And we will see you Monday morning on Nevermind the Furthermore. And as always, folks, stay smart, stay safe, wash your hands, and never apologize for being awesome. We'll see you Monday morning on Nevermind the Furthermore. Enjoy our shows over the weekend and have a good weekend yourself. Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching Nevermind the Furthermore, a Rising Tide broadcast network production. If you enjoyed any part of this show, please give it a like or a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Also, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and consider becoming one of our Patreon supporters. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time on Nevermind the Furthermore.
Stormgate Press presents Pulp Reality 2. 10 new short stories from today's leading authors and illustrators in the new pulp genre. Packed with pirates, private eyes, aliens, automatons, villains, and vigilantes. High adventure, wondrous fantasy, mysterious horror, and startling science fiction await. Pick up a copy and be transported to astonishing places and travel to amazing times in the golden age pulp style. This is Pulp Reality 2. Available now on Amazon.com.
Hi, I am Joe D. McPhee. I am the host of From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher, and I want to cordially invite you to watch our show, Saturdays at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. On our show, we will have different guests as well as talk about the comic book industry and pop culture. And every so often, I might actually do a drawing session or a 3D rendering session every here and there. So once again, I want to invite you to watch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher right here on the broadcast channel that you're looking at, whether it be Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Hope to see you there, and make certain that you catch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks.
Secrets, trust, worth. The bond between souls intertwined within otherworldly intrigue. Michaela Jade brings forth the Elite Warrior series, a collection of dark fantasy romance novels set in a twisted world where power lusts in the hearts of men and devotion seduces the souls of women. Warrior's Secret, Warrior's Trust, and Warrior's Worth. Available now at authormichaelajade.com.
Hey, yo, Pops here. Are you looking to be on Monday Madness? Is Monday no good? You need a special edition? Are you looking to be on the first timer spotlight on for you new guys? Launch parties, countdowns, CromCon Monthly. We got it all right here at the Madness Comic Network, providing online promotional services for the indie comic community and proud sponsor of
Comic Books for Kids provides comic books to kids in hospitals and cancer centers across the U.S. It's a place where we can all work together to make sure every child has a comic book. 100% of all proceeds go towards the kids. It's about making a difference, and while they're in the hospital, allowing them to fly like a superhero, battle dragons, or rescue teddy bears. We are in every state in the country and now support over 160 hospitals. Every month, we add more.
Visit cb4k.org.
Now, every Sunday morning, longtime independent comics creator and Indie Volt podcaster Randy Zimmerman hosts a discussion on the lighter side of comics, the more whimsical and fun comics out there, on the Sunday Funnies. That's 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every Sunday on Indie Volt, indievolt.com, the Indie Volt YouTube channel, and the usual Indie Volt sites on Facebook. Listen in, won't you? Participate in the chat. Let's have some fun. See you there.
Southwest of Chicago, there is a small, secluded cemetery known as Bachelors Grove. And it is one of the most haunted places in the United States. Author Brian K. Morris brings you a collection of writings that will help you navigate this ghostly graveyard. If you dare. The Haunting Scripts of Bachelors Grove is available now on Amazon.com. Get your copy today.